Level 184. City catastrophe. Survival difficulty. Class undetermined. Mysterious properties. Unknown information. Undocumented entities. Description. Level 184 holds the appearance of cities in different dimensions. These cities are very large in comparison to a modern-day city. People who have came here and back out alive have reported getting trapped in for years by a monster colored completely black, but no evidence can confirm that. Whatever dimension you're in will affect the status of you and your electronics. Level 184's futuristic city dimension. Living in the futuristic area will guarantee you pleasant oceans and grassy hills to look out to. Electricity occurs in places that have cities above them in here. Checking your phone will set the date to 1, and your GPS or location system will say the name of the city and then Aryan. Level 184's Sci-fi city dimension. Living in the sci-fi area will guarantee you infinite electricity everywhere you go, however no views of oceans or mountains or hills like in the futuristic part. Strangely, here you will never become hungry or dehydrated. Looking at your phone will not do you any good because it will be talking in an unknown language. However, the date will still be read. In here, your date will read to Level 184's Neon City dimension. Living in the Neon City will affect the rate you need to drink water and food. All electronics will become solar powered and lunar powered, hence no electricity is needed here. In this city dimension, there is only an infinite city, glowing with all types of different colors. No oceans, grass, hills, mountains, ponds, lakes, or pretty much any natural thing. This dimension is though to be located on another planet, meaning instead of being an atmosphere and trees for oxygen, there will be air bubbles and oxygenal liquefiers for water and oxygen. This city is very hostile unless you don't harm any of the celestial beings roaming the cities. Sometimes, the beings that live here are up for trading, and will give you a place to stay. There will be no date on your phone and all pages on your phone will be read in Torchish, which is what the beings say they speak. Level 184's Glass City dimension. Living in the Glass City will affect the rate of how often you will come across water. After spending some days in the level, your eyes will react weirdly to all the glass, making your vision act like a mirror when you look at glass. This means the Glass City will eventually become mirror-like, confusing you. The Glass City holds no changes to electronics, and the date will read the day it is on Earth in reality, same with time. It will say you are in New York, USA, probably why drones have captured buildings that are exclusive to New York. You will need food, but not water. Level 184's Space City dimension. Living in the Space City will guarantee you pleasant patches of pink and purple grass on a moon surface. Electronics won't work in this city, but in the buildings you can find space phones, which will work on elliptical power. In order to survive here, you will need to wear an astronaut suit. If not, you will suffocate and die. There is a theory that the level will save you by sending you to the sci-fi or neon dimension if you don't have an astronaut suit. It is unknown if you need food and water or not, because this city was discovered by drone. 182.997 by 182.997 px. Living in the city of entities is presumably impossible. Electronics won't work, and no food or water sources are visible. It is really dark, making it harder to navigate. This is the hideout of the Black Monster. Some way or another, all entities will be notified of a traveler entering this dimension, hence being tricked by an entity is common. This dimension cannot be accessed through drones, or AI, instead, you will have to go there yourself. In this level, you cannot die a second time. Rather, you will begin transforming into an entity. This dimension is thought to hold at least 10 converted travelers and 4 non-converted travelers. Currently, a rescue team is being sent, although it is likely they will not make it, either. Level 184's Bright City dimension, dimmed. It is unknown who or what took this picture, as no human has ever reached this part of the level. Living in the Bright City will be very hard. Electronics will be very bright, and so will computers, monitors, and event commercials. This city will blind you if you stare at it for more than 3 seconds, so blindfolds or sunglasses are recommended. You won't need food or water here. This level might be home to lighters, though this is unconfirmed. You may sometimes find bright crates in this dimension. Level 184's Rainbow City dimension. Living in the Rainbow City will be extremely easy. The buildings are all rainbow colored. You will never need to eat or drink, for an unknown reason. Electronics will all display an error message displaying the words, "This device is not compatible with rainbow surfacing." Deporting missions disqualified and erased. This error message yields anybody from coming to save you. Level 184's Galaxy City dimension. Living in the Galaxy City will be very difficult, mainly because you will always suffocate to death slowly. Spacesuits do not work in this dimension, and the temperature is blazing hot. It is unknown how this dimension sustains support and has the ability to hold itself in place. It is theorized that this dimension is somewhere in the real dimension. Level 184's Frozen City dimension. Living in the Frozen City will be likely sustainable. Anything that does not emit heat or currently isn't emitting a heat greater than 15 degrees Celsius will instantly freeze on the spot. Heaters, microwaves, stoves, ovens, and anything else that can emit a heat greater than 100 degrees Celsius will also freeze. This is due to unknown purposes. The land in this dimension is completely flat with unstable and flat ice. The water in the level underneath the ice will not freeze, but falling into it will cause you to become frozen. This is a very good way of conserving a person's body, only if they will ever make it back out. Level 184's Grand Ice dimension. Living in the Grand Ice dimension will be about impossible. The buildings are all merged into one enormous castle-like structure. There will be entities guarding all of the building's entrances and will always kill anybody getting near the buildings. The insides of the buildings are highly decorated with frozen 15th century kingdom-era equipment and furniture. The temperature in this dimension will always be minus 27 degrees Celsius, so it is always advised to wear at least 2 to 3 sweaters. Everything in this dimension is completely frozen. Level 184's Glitched City dimension. Living in the Glitched City dimension will be impossible. As soon as you enter the level, your body will begin to glitch and then you will turn into an error sign that says the words, "Error, not compatible within this vicinity." The sign will be in the shape of a human. The city will appear glitched and has a glitchy effect. Drones or any other sort of equipment sent into the level will all disappear, while living things turn into error signs. Fun fact, can also be seen in Glitched Level 11 in Wacky Land. An artistic recreation of what the Black Monster might look like. Entrances and exits. Entrances. Wait in Level 11 for up to 100 years. Jump back down to Earth in Level 24. Exits. Find a time dilator and press the green button to return to Level 11. Find a mystical telephone in the neon dimension and read the date to go to level. Float into the sky in the space dimension to enter Level 24. Look into the glass for 8 days straight in the glass dimension to go to Level 99. Do not enter Level Infinity. Breaking the ice in the Frozen City dimension will knock you out and take you to Level 279. Backroom Explain My Thoughts. Edit 184 is one of the safest and most dangerous part of the Backrooms. It seems to be a great habitable and lethal level to live. There are unknown information about the entities as far as the dark entity, the Black Monster, but this is completely unconfirmed. As this utopia are some of the most best and most pleasant and peaceful level to live, but also the most dangerous and lethal level to live. Be advised and with caution that this level should not be underestimated by any chance or will lead to your being alive or instant death.